Hi everyone, Marinette here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about visual discrimination. What is visual discrimination? So visual discrimination is the ability to notice and distinguish different visual details. Example, the shapes, the colors, the sizes, the patterns, etc. Okay, why are we going to talk about it today? We're going to talk about it, the education part. Actually, visual discrimination is very, very helpful in daily life. Like it's a life skills. But we will focus on reading, writing, and spelling. Okay. As a first grade teacher, common problems that I really noticed in the classroom are letter reversals, letter and number reversals. Though they said if you're going to talk to occupational therapists, they would say this is just, if they're in first grade, it is just a developmentally appropriate deficit. Like it's common, it's very common, it's developmentally appropriate. It's okay for this age to do reversals. So because some of the parents would really be wondering if their kid has dyslexia or something. But most of the time, the answers of the occupational therapists are, it is still developmentally appropriate for first grade. So I'm going to talk about activities that we can do early on for these kids before they go to kinder, before they go to first grade. How do we help them visually discriminate to avoid reversals in first grade? So way back then, I attended a training and I became a facilitator about it. One of the activities that were introduced there is a visual discrimination activity. So they have a board like this. So if you notice, there are 4 squares of the board and there are Velcro tapes here. So, and then they're gonna be doing matching letters. Next question is, how do I match the letters? How do I introduce the letters to the students or to my kid? Do I have to do it alphabetically, like A to Z? The answer is no. You have to do it according to how they look like. Example, the B, the D, the P, the Q, because those are letters that they look the same visually. Like they're not the same, but visually for a kid, they look the same. They all have bumps. They all have long tails and all those. But there are other letters also like V, W, X, Y, the K, because they are letters that has slanting lines. So those are common. So letters that have bumps, letters that have tails, or letter, you have to introduce it according to how they look like. So first thing, let's use this one. When using this, there are 5 scales. So first scale is child sees, or the kid will observe you first. Like you're gonna ask a question to a kid, but you are the one doing the work. Second is you will allow the kid to do it already. Like you are going to let them, you're going to ask the question and let them choose. First one, you do the choosing. Second one, it's the kid who will do the choosing. The third one is, they can now extend to, from just the 2 choices, they can now extend to 4 choices or even 6 choices. So that's the third one. The fourth one, the child does it visually on their own. And this time, if you're going to introduce the letter, they name the letter. So they can now name the letter. So if you notice, we're just starting from the shape first before we name the letter. So to avoid, because we are so excited to, which is most of the time, we are so excited to introduce the name of the letter to our kid or to the student, not knowing that one of the important skill first is for them to visually discriminate the shape of the letter. Why shape of the letter? Like, is there a shape of the letter? Of course there is a shape of the letter. They have forms, so that's how it is. And then the fifth one is, this time, the kid can say the name of the letter, and then they can also sound it out. So that's the fifth part. So, but first, let's start with the step one. So step one, I'm going to introduce, what do I have here? Let me introduce the Z and letter V. So example, first step, you're going to say, which one matches? Look at the shape I am holding. Which one matches this shape? This one? Or this one? This one? Or this one? I think this one matches with this one. Am I right? Okay, let's look at, yep, that's correct. It matches. Okay, so that was the first step. You are the one who is going to answer it. Be very careful when a kid answers you. When they say, like example, on the second one, when they do it, you have to give this to them. And then they will say, it matches here. Or common reaction, like that one. They will match it here if they do it by themselves. So if you notice, if you are the grown-up and you're checking on it, obviously they don't match. Common reaction is we're going to tell the kid, no, that's not it. Avoid the word no. Please avoid the word no. Why? Some of the kids would shut down and they think learning is not fun. So they would just shut down. I'm not doing it anymore. So it's not, we are defeating the purpose of making this as a fun game for them to learn. So they will shut down. So let's try to avoid that part. So if they say this one, you're going to say, okay, let's look at it again. That one. So you move it closer. That one. Or this one. Do you think these two looks like the same? Let's look at it again. That one. And when the kid says no, you ask them to put it on the side. And here we go. It matches. And then on the other skills, if the kid is ready, and if this will not take for a day, okay? This will take weeks. This will take maybe months. So be patient about it. So maybe just for these two letters, you can do it for a week or you can do it for 2 weeks. It depends on the pacing of the kid. But as much as possible, we do it like maybe 5 minutes a day of doing it. And then when they're ready, you can make a whole big card like this. You just have to tape the paper together and then match them. You have to make 2 sets of the letters. So that's for visual discrimination. So if you have questions, please comment down below and I will try to answer them. And I hope I helped you today. I hope you learned something from the video today. So thank you for watching. Thanks. Bye. Have a great day.